Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt like your body needed a few extra seconds before it was ready to move? Not because of pain, not because you were injured, but because your legs simply didn't respond as quickly as they once did. For many adults over 75, this is one of the first subtle signs that strength, balance, and coordination are beginning to decline. The usual advice is simple: walk more. And walking is certainly valuable. But here's something many people don't realize. Walking mainly helps maintain the abilities you already have. It doesn't always rebuild the specific muscles that become weaker with age. That's why physical therapists often include chair-based exercises in rehabilitation programs. These movements allow you to target muscles that walking may not challenge enough, all while reducing stress on the joints and lowering the risk of falling. The best part? You don't need a gym. You don't need expensive equipment. And you don't need to spend an hour exercising. Just a sturdy chair, a few minutes each day, and the right movements performed consistently. In today's video, we'll count down 5 simple chair exercises that may help improve strength, balance, mobility, and confidence after 75. Stay until the number 1 exercise. It combines breathing, posture, and gentle movement in a way that supports far more than just your muscles. Before we begin, tell us in the comments, how old are you and where are you watching from today? And if you enjoy practical, science-based healthy aging tips, please like, subscribe, and join our growing community. Let's begin with exercise number 5. Exercise number 5. Seated ankle circles. At first glance, this exercise may seem too gentle to make much of a difference. After all, you're only moving your ankles. How could that possibly help the rest of your body? The answer begins with something many people overlook. Every step you take depends on your ankles. They are the first joints to absorb the force of walking, adjust to uneven surfaces, and help keep you balanced when your body shifts from one foot to the other. As we age, ankle mobility often declines without us even noticing. The joints become stiffer. The small stabilizing muscles grow weaker, and the brain receives less accurate information about where the feet are positioned. This natural decline can make every step feel less stable and may increase the risk of stumbling. That's why seated ankle circles are such an excellent place to begin. They gently improve mobility while reactivating many of the small muscles, tendons, and ligaments that support balance. To perform this exercise, sit comfortably in a sturdy chair with your back supported and both feet flat on the floor. Lift one foot just an inch or 2 off the ground. Now slowly rotate your ankle in a full circle. Imagine drawing the largest circle you comfortably can with your toes. Move slowly, smoothly, and with complete control. Complete 10 circles clockwise. Then reverse direction and perform 10 circles counterclockwise. After finishing one foot, switch to the other. The key is allowing only your ankle to move. Try not to swing your entire leg. The smaller muscles around the ankle should be doing the work. One retired gentleman in his late 70s described this exercise as waking up his feet. Within a few weeks of practicing it every morning, he noticed he felt steadier when walking across uneven sidewalks and more confident stepping off curbs. Sometimes the smallest improvements create the biggest difference. Because better balance doesn't begin with your knees. It begins at the ground. Every confident step starts with a stable foundation. And once that foundation becomes stronger, the rest of the body can move with greater confidence. But while ankle mobility provides the foundation for safe walking, the next exercise targets a muscle group that many people have never even heard of, yet it plays a major role in keeping you upright and preventing sideways falls. Exercise number 4. Seated knee squeezes. Now we're moving to one of the most overlooked muscle groups in the entire body, the inner thighs. Most people never think about these muscles until they become weak. Yet every time you stand up, shift your weight, or take a step, your inner thigh muscles help keep your legs aligned and your body balanced. As we age, these muscles naturally lose strength. When that happens, your legs may feel less stable, especially when turning, stepping sideways, or recovering from a small loss of balance. This is one reason sideways falls become more common in older adults. The encouraging news is that these muscles respond very well to gentle strengthening. And one of the safest ways to activate them is with the seated knee squeeze. To begin, sit near the front of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Place a small pillow, rolled towel, or soft ball between your knees. Sit tall. Relax your shoulders. Now slowly squeeze your knees together, not as hard as you possibly can. Just firmly enough to feel the muscles along the inside of your thighs begin to work. Hold that squeeze for 5 seconds. Continue breathing normally. Then slowly release. Avoid rushing through the movement. The hold is where much of the strengthening takes place. Complete 10 repetitions, then rest briefly before beginning another set. Many people notice that one leg feels stronger than the other. That's completely normal. Our bodies naturally develop small differences over time. The goal isn't perfect symmetry, it's gradual improvement. One retired woman shared that before practicing this exercise, she often felt unsteady whenever she stepped sideways to reach something in the kitchen. After several weeks of consistent practice, she noticed those movements felt smoother and far more controlled. She didn't suddenly become stronger overnight. She simply gave neglected muscles the opportunity to wake up again. And that's exactly what this exercise does. It restores strength where many people never realize they've been losing it. But while strong inner thighs improve stability from side to side, the next exercise shifts our attention higher. Because maintaining independence isn't just about walking safely. It's also about reaching overhead, getting dressed comfortably, lifting groceries, and performing the everyday movements that keep life enjoyable. That's exactly what exercise number 3 is designed to improve. Exercise number 3. Seated arm raises with hold. At first, you might wonder why an arm exercise appears in a video about staying strong after 75. The answer is simple. Healthy aging isn't just about stronger legs. It's about preserving the ability to perform everyday tasks without asking for help. Think about how many times you reach overhead each day. Putting dishes into a cabinet, combing your hair, putting on a shirt, reaching for a light switch. These movements depend on healthy shoulders, good posture, and strong upper body muscles. Unfortunately, shoulder mobility tends to decline gradually with age. Many people don't notice it until one day they realize they can't comfortably reach the top shelf anymore. Or they struggle to fasten a seatbelt. Or lifting a gallon of milk suddenly feels heavier than it used to. That's where seated arm raises with a gentle hold can make a meaningful difference. To begin, sit upright in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Allow your arms to rest naturally at your sides. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Now slowly raise both arms out to the sides and then upward toward the ceiling. Only lift as high as feels comfortable. There is no need to force the movement. When you reach your comfortable limit, pause for about 3 seconds. Feel your shoulders and upper back working together to support the position. Then slowly lower your arms back down over the next 3 to 4 seconds. The lowering phase is just as important as the lift. It helps build control and functional strength that carries over into everyday activities. Begin with 8 repetitions. As your strength improves, gradually work toward 12. If lifting both arms together feels difficult, start with one arm at a time. Progress happens one step at a time. One retired gentleman shared that before adding this exercise to his daily routine, he avoided placing items on high shelves because his shoulders felt stiff and weak. A few weeks later, he noticed he was reaching overhead without thinking about it. That may seem like a small victory, but those are exactly the kinds of victories that preserve independence. Because independence isn't measured by how much weight you can lift. It's measured by how confidently you can care for yourself. And while healthy shoulders help you reach higher, the next exercise focuses on something even more important: your ability to stay steady every time you take a step. Because one small muscle on the outside of your hips may be doing far more to protect you than you ever realized. Exercise number 2. Seated Hip Abduction Press. Now we've reached an exercise that many physical therapists consider one of the most valuable for maintaining balance after 75. Not because it looks impressive, but because it strengthens muscles that quietly protect you every time you walk. Those muscles are your hip abductors. Located along the outside of your hips, these muscles stabilize your pelvis whenever one foot leaves the ground. Think about every step you take. For a brief moment, your entire body is supported by just one leg. If the hip muscles on that side aren't strong enough, your body begins to sway, your knees work harder to compensate, and your balance becomes less reliable. Over time, that instability can make simple activities, like walking through the grocery store or stepping onto a curb, feel much more challenging. That's why this exercise deserves the number 2 spot. To begin, sit upright in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor about hip-width apart. If you have a light resistance band, place it around your thighs just above your knees. If you don't, simply place your hands on the outside of your knees to create gentle resistance. Now slowly press your knees outward. Focus on using the muscles along the outside of your hips, not your feet, to create the movement. Hold the position for about 4 seconds, then slowly return your knees to the starting position. Avoid snapping your legs back together. The return should be just as controlled as the press. Begin with 8 to 10 repetitions. As your strength improves, gradually increase to 12 repetitions for 2 or 3 sets. One retired woman shared that before practicing this exercise, she felt unsteady whenever she stood on one leg to put on her shoes. After several weeks of consistent training, she noticed she could balance more comfortably without immediately reaching for support. That improvement didn't happen because she practiced balancing. It happened because she strengthened the muscles responsible for keeping her balanced. Sometimes, solving a problem means strengthening the system behind it. And that's exactly what this movement accomplishes. But now we've arrived at the number 1 exercise, the one that surprised even many rehabilitation specialists. Because it doesn't focus only on muscles. It brings together breathing, posture, spinal mobility, and relaxation into one gentle movement that supports nearly every system involved in healthy aging. And once you experience it, you'll understand why it earned the top position on today's list. Exercise number 1. Seated diaphragmatic breathing with spinal extension. If I could recommend just one chair exercise for adults over 75, this would be it. Not because it burns the most calories, not because it builds the biggest muscles, but because it supports your body as a whole. Breathing, posture, balance, mobility, even relaxation. As we age, many people begin taking shorter, shallower breaths without realizing it. At the same time, the upper back gradually rounds forward, the chest becomes tighter, and the spine loses some of its natural mobility. These changes don't happen overnight. They develop slowly over many years. But together, they can make everyday life feel more tiring. Standing feels harder. Walking feels less efficient. Even simple activities require more effort. That's where this exercise can make a meaningful difference. To begin, sit near the front of a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Rest your hands gently on your thighs. Relax your shoulders. Now inhale slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds. As you breathe in, allow your belly to expand naturally. At the same time, gently lift your chest and lengthen your upper back. Imagine a string at the top of your head softly lifting you toward the ceiling. There's no need to force the movement. Think of it as creating space through your spine rather than bending backward. Hold that comfortable position for 2 seconds, then slowly exhale through your mouth for about 6 seconds. As you breathe out, allow your spine to return to a tall, neutral posture. Notice how the longer exhale encourages your body to relax. Repeat this sequence 8 times. Move slowly, breathe naturally, and focus on quality rather than speed. One retired teacher shared that she began practicing this exercise every morning before breakfast. Within a few weeks, she noticed she was standing taller, breathing more comfortably during walks, and feeling calmer throughout the day. She hadn't changed her entire lifestyle. She had simply changed the way she started each morning. And that's the beauty of this movement. It doesn't isolate one muscle. It encourages your entire body to work together. Better posture supports easier breathing. Easier breathing encourages relaxation. Relaxation allows smoother movement, and smoother movement builds confidence. Sometimes the most powerful exercise isn't the one that leaves you exhausted. It's the one that helps your body remember how it was designed to move. Today, we've explored 5 simple chair exercises that may help improve strength, balance, mobility, and confidence after the age of 75. We began with seated ankle circles, a gentle movement that helps improve ankle mobility and create a more stable foundation for walking. Then we move to seated knee squeezes, an excellent way to strengthen the often overlooked inner thigh muscles that support balance and stability. Next came seated arm raises with hold, helping maintain shoulder strength and the ability to perform everyday tasks like reaching, lifting, and dressing comfortably. After that, we explored the seated hip abduction press, a powerful exercise for strengthening the hip muscles that keep your body steady with every step. And finally, we arrived at seated diaphragmatic breathing with spinal extension, a movement that brings together posture, breathing, flexibility, and relaxation into one simple daily habit. But here's the message I hope you remember most. Growing older doesn't mean giving up your strength. It doesn't mean losing your independence. Your body is remarkably adaptable. At 75, at 80, even beyond. The key isn't finding the perfect exercise. It's finding movements you can perform safely and consistently. 5 minutes today. 5 minutes tomorrow. Small efforts repeated over time create meaningful change. You don't need to master all 5 exercises at once. Choose one. Practice it every day. When it becomes part of your routine, add another. Because healthy aging isn't built through dramatic transformations. It's built through simple habits that become part of everyday life. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these chair exercises are you going to try first? Tell us your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. Your story may encourage someone else to take that first important step toward better strength and greater confidence. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member who wants to stay active, independent, and strong for years to come. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Keep moving, and we'll see you in the next video.